do you have anything to tell me about Christmas cards?
Christmas cards. Oh, right. I was thinking of Christmas just being... Who told you? Obviously Andrea.
Who? What?
Or Andrew won.
I can't. I mean, I'm a reporter. I can't really divulge stuff.
What do you want to know? Ask me.
I just was told maybe it's worth asking you something. There's something about like 50,000 Christmas cards.
What, in a day? Do you want to know?
You know the story. I don't know the story.
I know the story. Do you want to know the story?
I would love to know the story.
Right. So, back in 2012, around then, 2012, 2013, long time ago now. In crypto years, that's like a lifetime. My business works with bankrupt stock and stuff like that. There was 100,000 Christmas cards available to buy, so I bought them, thinking that they might take, I don't know, 2 or 3 months to sell. And I sold them within 2 hours. So I went literally, back then, we had a small van, and it was like, it was about a 100-mile drive, and how it got back is beyond belief, because it was really heavy, and it was on the floor, basically. I was scraping all the way back. It was like some comedy. And anyway, I went to this guy, and I said, right, I've got all these. This is the price. And he goes, right, I'll take them all. I'm like, seriously? Okay, fair enough. So then I looked a bit more into it. I thought, maybe I could have got a bit more money. But anyway, I probably doubled my money within a day. And then I got a phone call a week later, and a guy said to me, did I want any more for Christmas cards? So I said, how many have you got? And he goes, 3 million. So I'm like, okay. So I went down and seen him, and it's literally a warehouse full of Christmas cards. And I had like literally 10 minutes to think about it, work out a price, and then buy them. So I bought them. The thing to this story is I didn't have a warehouse myself. I had a few containers. Literally, it wouldn't have even done 10% of the cards. So in the same day, I had to find myself a warehouse. So I found myself a warehouse within a few days, got them all delivered. The thing with this warehouse, it was still being built. So the roof had just been put on, but the floor hadn't been put in. So it was like all like hardcore, and it wasn't like concrete or anything. So I just said to him, forget it, I'll just put them in, don't worry about it. To cut a long story short, within a year, I sold 3 million Christmas cards, and I wasn't even in the Christmas card business or anything like that. So, yeah.
You bought them in January and sold them throughout the year?
Yeah, so I bought 3 million Christmas cards in the January, and then obviously I sold them to lots of people because I was selling them in boxes of 1,000, boxes of 10,000, pallets, to get rid of them. So, like, I probably sold half of them before June.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like I say, that were a total fluke. So, yeah, I was probably the biggest independent seller of Christmas cards in the UK at that point.
This week episode is brought to you by None of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona's sauce? Too bad, only Nona decides who gets the sauce.
Uncle Swampy bought multipliers and he wants our play now.
Call Chris and Dan. 87 play now. 87 play now. The 10s and 10s bought privately and they want our play now. Call Chris and Dan. 87 play now. 87 play now.
My dad made me watch lots of movies, so I want our play now.
Call Chris and Dan. 87 play now. 87 play now.
Now.
It's your R play. Use it when you need it.
Papa's popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing.
We are recording.
I just spilled water all over myself again. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 35 of the Zilly Award-winning Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, how you doing over there?
I found the unmute. I am doing adequate. Thank you.
Adequate. That's better than normal.
Right? I know. It's 2024, am I right?
There you go. Look it up. Positive. Well, let's get right into our reverse countdowns here. We got K-Fuel coming in. We're officially over the 1 year mark. 369 days.
Bon anniversaire.
What he said. That's from both of us.
Yeah.
Our Play Staking Index. Not sure if you heard, Americans still don't have their tokens. So that's 300.
So
380. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, does the rest of the international people have their tokens? Because there's like 60-day withdrawals now.
Well, that's a different story. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I'm not sure. It's almost like gated, like token, like a Theta drop. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
But
more to follow.
That staking index is 388 days, and the actual token drop is 471 days. That's U.S. only, obviously. International has theirs, but still subject to a 60-day withdrawal. Space Junk, 227 days.
Wow.
Not sure if we're hearing back from them.
That went quick.
Outliers, 123. I mean, I feel like that's been even more quiet than Space Junk. I don't know.
It's tough to be quieter, but you might be right.
So now, and we also got Professor owing drinks to Miss Berry.
Maybe the most egregious,
offense.
Offense, on this count up.
604 days. Now, yeah, that's brutal. Over 600. So here's the question. Now, what would count as qualifying there? Like, I know that there's like these apps where you can buy these like drink kits and send. Would that qualify, or is this like a live event?
I think it could qualify.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I think it would. I mean, I defer to the person being offended.
Right. This is not our call. I was just curious if you had an opinion on that.
No. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting it shipped to me.
All right, Logan Paul, your boy. We're not counting what he's doing. 356. If you got to sign a terms of service, it doesn't count. We all know that. Imaginary friends.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, imaginary friends, 167 days. Dorks, 60 days, but that feels more like 227, like Space Junk. I think that one's dead, dude.
Honestly, think so. Unless maybe there's some dork enthusiasts who want to take it over. I don't know how that work, considering there was a show, but I don't know what you're going to do with the Digi Dorks and the food, and why did it get taken off of Open Theta, or not Open
exactly
Theta, Open Sea.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, that part would probably scare people away because it got removed for
it had a check mark.
Copyright infringement, though, right?
Is that what it? Wait, is that verified?
That is not verified, but that was my understanding of why it got taken down.
Wow.
And then the lawyers were all over it, it's not, but and then Chris came out as his AI animated self. Twitch Pixel, 200 days. Long time no hear. And I think we have a new one this week. Our boys.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna go out on the limb and see if we get Monday'd here. But the Pogs golden ticket reveal is now 1 day in arrears.
Saw that coming.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, listen, do it right the first time for sure, but let's stop putting dates on things. So, well, I mean, listen, we were able to secure a guest this week. We both got to meet him at ThetaCon. Very enjoyable. Had a great time catching up with him. Our boy Theta York, and we were able to secure him as a guest this week. And you can hear that interview
after these messages.
This week's episode is brought to you by WWZ Game, the only project out there capable of putting a reverse countdown on Papa Mags because we can't keep up with the progress. Did we say interoperability with ETH? My bad. We meant interoperability with ETH and Solana and Polygon. Some projects talk about it, other projects be about it. Follow along on X at WWZ Game and join the Discord for all the updates.
Well, I was just going to say, hey, Theta York, a.k.a. Darren, right? Our boy
That's
Darren.
right.
Thanks for joining us, man. Great to have you on. It was a pleasure to meet you at ThetaCon. And just, me and Mags, we actually talked. We talk sometimes on the side. I don't know if you know that. But we agreed that you went way up the power rankings in 2023. You had a solid year.
Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, 2023 was an interesting year, I think, for all of us. For me, I really wanted to dive and knuckle down in the Web3 space as a whole and just try and learn more. I'm still learning every day myself. I'm sure we all are.
Yeah, 100%. And for the most part, we're learning a lot of what not to do, learning from others' mistakes, trying to anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so many mistakes. Luckily, not too high a value on some of the NFTs. Luckily, the rug pulls are on the smaller scale. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them, innit? If you're in it, you're in it to win it. And if you lose on some, then you've got to take those losses. It's a bit like going to casino, at the moment, in my eyes. And then you've got the projects that are solid, that keep you going. And for me, that's what is keeping me in this space, knowing that there is 4 or 5 fantastic projects out there that have been working through the last 2-3 years, getting to the stage that they are now.
Yeah, absolutely. Here I sit waiting for Mags to jump in so I don't get yelled at for asking all the questions, but he just sits on mute.
I've never yelled at you once. I've never yelled at you at all. But you bring, because I don't say anything, then it's I have nothing to say, so let me just blame Mags for having nothing to say. You could just say I don't know what to say, or you could just go in and go for it, Popper. The hell.
Well, at the end of the day, for me, you guys doing this as well, and obviously meeting you guys at FairCon, it does help for the newcomers that are going to be coming. It does keep us up to date on everything. I'm just looking forward to 2024 now, 2025, and hopefully we'll get the projects that have been going. Like Simbi's, obviously, that's one of my favourites. Pogs, out of the blue for me. I didn't see that coming. When it first came, that they were bringing it out on Fair Drop, I was like, oh, is it going to be like another Katy Perry? But no, that looks like a solid project as well now.
Yeah, definitely, and it was great to be able to meet Kyler at ThetaCon as well. I mean, you had quite the trip to get to ThetaCon, right? Was that a multi-day travel for you, or just one really long one?
It was one really long trip. It was worth it though, 100%. If anyone wants to go to the next one, guessing it'll be the end of this year, I would recommend it fully. The guys and girls, Amy, Brian, Rob, Doc, Bond Nasty, did a fantastic job. And until you meet everybody and you connect, you're not sure. So I've met the majority of people now, and networking is probably the best thing you can do in business. And at the end of the day, this for me is a business, everything that I'm doing. So I needed to, do that trip, look people in the eye, speak to people. And I probably got an hour with Ivory. I got 5 minutes with Mitch, which, is great. Where's one? Obviously, where's two on there? So, yeah. So for me, the expense was worth it, and the trip. And I'm looking forward to the next one. I'll definitely be there at the next one. It should be on your bucket list if you're part of the community. I know not everybody can do it, but it was definitely worth it for me.
So this year's TheaTCon was right after Halloween, and we had a bunch of American Halloween candy available. I am anxious to hear your thoughts, especially on the Twix. How was the American version of Twix versus the English version?
I'll be honest with you, Pops. I just won't touch American chocolate. It's not for me. I'm not a chocolate guy.
I saw that you grabbed the Twix though. You didn't eat it?
Oh yeah, it was the fun size, right?
Oh yeah. The tiny ones. Yeah.
Probably had 4 or 5 drinks by then, so you know.
So you were using it to stir your drink, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I was more going for the Haribos, testing them out.
Okay, and what's your thoughts on the difference there?
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much the same. All different flavors. We seem to stock different ones to you guys. So
yeah, those sour bats that were introduced to me, those were delicious. There was some it was almost like the Coca-Cola bottle ones, but they were Haribo, but they weren't Coke bottles. I'm trying to remember what they were. I wasn't a big fan of those.
No, I don't think I dived into them.
I think I accidentally opened a pack, not realizing that's what it was.
Right.
And got a little surprised.
Yeah, the strawberries are the best in the UK. If you ever get a chance to have them, and then there's just the normal Haribos like the rings and the hearts and stuff. I think it's just a normal pack. They're pretty cool.
I mean, isn't the normal one the gummy bear? Isn't that the?
No, not in the UK.
Really?
No, it's like a mixture of I don't know. It's just like chews, like there's a ring, an egg. It's a British thing.
Aren't they technically straws?
What, the strawberry pack?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I mean, it's not strawberry. I'm not the person to comment on the English language, US or UK, but I think it's spelled like straws, not strawberries, though. Correct?
Pretty sure it's just strawberry, but I get what you're saying. There's many words in the English language that don't.
Am I right?
Are you there?
Oh yeah, you said there was many words in the English language, and I said, "Am I right?"
Oh yeah, exactly.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's like, you know what? And I think you guys are to blame for a lot of stuff, though, because you guys invented it seems like a popper, and feel free to hop in or whatever. But we're on the what did you say our system's called, Popper? Our system of measurement?
We're imperial.
We're imperial, and then it seems like everyone's on the metric, but they don't use pounds, they use kilos, but then they spend pounds. I just think they're like, oh, that's too awkward. That's too awkward. Let's do something completely else. Hey, the Americans are driving on this side of the road. Fuck that. Let's go do something else. What's your take on that? That's what the people want to know.
My take on that is when I worked in America, I pulled out of, luckily I wasn't in the middle of nowhere, and I went on the left-hand side with a passenger who lived from Jersey, basically screaming at me to get on the other side. So that's my take on that.
Okay, fair.
So, I'm trying to, when you say strawberries, going back to that, because you said that is spelled, how did you say?
I'm saying I ordered some the other day and they said straws. It wasn't spelled strawberries.
Right, I don't know. I'd have to have a look. But strawberries is spelled in English the way that it's pronounced.
No, right, but I'm just saying it was almost like shorthand on the packaging of those.
Do you know
we're losing everyone right now, Popper.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. You ordered gummies from the UK online?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I see where you're going with this now. Right.
Yeah. What do you mean? You see where I'm going with this?
We didn't know where you went.
It was on the package. Yeah. I was just quoting the package.
To be fair, I just eat them. I just open them.
That's fair enough. But yeah, we had a long discussion about American candy being complete crap for the most part, and my obsession with the Cadbury eggs over there across the pond.
They're out. They're fully out. It's like literally New Year's Day came and bush straight out there. We've got them all. We've got every flavour you can think of, and it's just in your face. It's yeah.
Do you have any of those or no? Do you like them at all?
I don't mind them, but it's not my. I'm not really
a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee and Haribo's in the morning. That's what gets me going.
Nice. Breakfast of champions.
Yeah, nah.
The real question is, how much cream are you putting in your coffee?
I don't do cream.
Swampy wants to know. Oh, just straight black? F6?
No. It's like milk, bit of milk, and that's it. No sugar. Just, that's, I don't know, is that just a flat white
okay.
to some people?
All right, Swampy is taking notes right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
So you mentioned, I was going to say, you mentioned Symbies and Pogs as some of your favorites. I know that you kind of dabbled over with us into the world of some of these Ethereum projects. What's your thought on Ethereum NFTs in general?
Yeah. Be cautious. It's lesson learned from me. I think I'm just going to hold back now on Ethereum, just for the fees as well. I was telling Max just after we'd come back from TheaTCon, I promised Rob Fellman a few dorks. So we were just having a drink, and he said, I haven't got a dork. So I'm like, I'll send you some. So I'm there sending him, and it was like more than what the NFT was worth, which wasn't the problem, but then it like rugged the next day. I'd sent him these dogs as we're all hyped about them and, where it's going to go, etc. And a day or two later, basically Chris announced that it wasn't part of Beavis and Butthead, and then that was it.
What a disaster.
Yeah. The thing is with Ethereum, it is the gas fees. We all know that. But it's also the rugs are proper rugs. Like the NFT has come to nothing. With some of the projects that are on Theta Drop, I understand that they've not gone to the limits that we all expected them to go to, but they have done other things with him. Like, let's take, for example, Katy Perry. We all expected that to be this mind-blowing celebrity NFT, and, it didn't really come to that, but they did complete the job. They did do the nostalgia store. Obviously, a lot of people probably lost a lot of money on that one. But, again, you just don't know when you're entering these. Like when we talk about Symbies, and it's easy to talk about that project purely because, one, I'm in it, and two, because it has delivered more than what it said from the start. We all bought the NFTs not knowing what they were or where the project was going. But with that project, I 2 weeks later in January of 21, set a call, an AMA. We all spoke. That's when we all, probably met each other for the first time. 2022, sorry. And basically set a roadmap of some sort in that first AMA where his plans were. And I've tweeted it a few times. He's really excelled from that first call, from what I remember.
Absolutely. I mean, when that project started, that was just going to be a one-player game down the road that was part of like a 10-episode series, like a storytelling NFTs. And now here we are with Syndicate X Marketplace coming around the corner, and basically an ecosystem of games using a Syndex token. So that one that one definitely grew from where it was. And I certainly hear you on the other things, because there are a lot of projects that it's like, okay, they hit the roadmap, they hit what they said they were going to do, but it just wasn't what people expected from them. a lot. And our obviously with the dorks, I think that one feels like it was a con job from the beginning. It feels premeditated. You know what I mean?
I think
the fact that, yeah. And then there's the insiders, and that one I don't feel like was a con job. I'm not sure that one's dead, to be honest with you.
Yes, I've seen it that he's about this week, saying that he's back from wherever he's been.
Yeah. So I mean, that one I'll give the benefit of the doubt. We'll see what happens to it. I'm still holding on to him, and we had Fame and Cuzzo on the show, and they both seem like really good guys, and big time energy, and it just seems like it was one of those things where you're burning the the candle at both ends, and just completely drained himself. So
yeah, and I get that because I'm pretty sure we're all feeling a bit drained. The last 2-3 years have been something else. I've been in business for 15 years on my own, and crypto can definitely take it out of you. And sometimes you just got to sit back. You've just got to focus on what you're really going to do and where you want to go with it. And, do you hold and just wait? Or if you've got money tied up and you need it, it's so tough.
Right. Yeah. You got to be careful on that, because this isn't a savings account where something happens and you can just go get the money and it's yours. Like, if you're buying NFTs, you need somebody else to buy that from you if you need the money. And we've seen all too many times that when that's the case, if you really need to liquidate, you're taking a heavy hit. So if you're just going in with money that you're not going to be needing, you're in a lot safer position to be able to have the timing of it on your side and not have to make these extreme maneuvers.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the majority of my NFTs in my Theta drop I've had since, I don't think I've sold that many. I've sold a few, but overall I've not sold many, and that's just the position that I've took. Even with my crypto, it's basically there until it's at a place where I want to sell it. And obviously, if I can add to it over time, that's great. And but it's not for sale until what's on the clock? 7 years, something like that.
Yeah. PapaMags.com. Reverse countdown. That's right.
The retirement. It's coming.
It's coming soon.
TM.
So how did you first get into crypto, and where does Theta come into the picture?
It's funny. Well, it's not that funny, but it's in back end of 2020 with the whole COVID thing. Do you remember that?
No. What are you talking about?
It was all over the news.
That one time, I was looking to invest a slice of money, and so I was like shopping around. And what I try to look for like companies that have had a downtrend purely because of bad news or for whatever reason. And there was plenty around at that time. So I was looking into Rolls-Royce. Obviously, with air travel going down, their shares were quite low because they obviously make engines for planes, etc. So to cut a long story short, I was speaking to my mate who was into stocks and stuff, and he said, "Oh, you should look into crypto." And I said, "Yeah, I've been looking into that. It's one of those things though, you just don't know, do you?" So he put me on to a couple of sites, and one of them being Theta. So I looked it over, and then I looked more into cryptos. Spent about 2 weeks just investigating it. And it was just one of those things. I decided to invest in crypto after 2 weeks of research, and now Theta's down from when I invested. So from when I first invested, but obviously I kept adding into April, May, June, thinking we're in a bull run. So I'm my average spend's up, but I'm doing all right.
You were buying on the way down, and I mean it's probably going up
the
a
way
bit.
up. The way up.
Oh, you're up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I think I started buying at maybe at $2, something like that, and then obviously as I was just investing from February. I think I started in February 2021, and then that's when it started to pump right up. So I think I probably topped out at probably about $7-8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Popper, that brings back some memories, huh?
Yeah, that was us in 2017. Yeah.
And 2021, 22.
This is awesome.
Oh yeah, I was the best investor in the world at come April. I was like, But do you know what? The last 2 years have really, if anything, the education part of crypto. You need this. Again, if you come into it now, in the next 6 months, 7 months, you're just doing what we did, or I did, like 3 years ago. So
yep.
It doesn't bother me that my average cost is probably $3, let's say, so, but then I look at the NFT side, I'm probably, I'm probably up in total, if that makes sense. I know I've not sold them, but with what's coming, and if you were to go off the floor price of everything that, I've got, then it sort of evens itself out. So I'm not really, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not one of these traders where I'm, flipping every week and trying to make a couple of bucks here and there. It's just an investment, and I still think it's the right investment.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, there's 2 ways to do it, right? It's either you're watching this thing all the time and you're trying to time trades and make trades, and you live that kind of a life, which
it sucks. We've done it.
It sucks. Yeah, and guess what? The crypto market does not sleep. The bell doesn't ring at 4:00 on Friday and open back up on Monday. This thing's all day, every day. So there's either that life, or there's I really like this one long term, and let me just scoop a few and just put them over here in my nest, and just pile them on as I can. So that's more my kind of living, because I'm not in it for like getting all work. You start all of a sudden, it's like like Mag said, we tried playing this game. You time it, you sell out, hoping that the thing drops a little bit so you can buy back in. It's like, man, what if it doesn't? I would rather have those 50 coins, call it, than take a chance and all of a sudden, now I can only buy back in for 40, and now I've lost 10. It's just, it wasn't worth the sweat for me.
No, 100%. And I'm in other projects as well, other crypto, and I'm doing all right on them. So as an overall experience the last 2 years, it's the trends now, what's coming, as in like when news comes, you probably know it's going to go down a bit or it's going to go up a bit, but I'm not going to risk it. It's like today, even with the ETFs, it's down due to Gary doing his little speech and telling everyone that, they were pushed into making it go official. So
speaking of Gary, he came up a bunch this week. Did you see this, other than what everyone else knows in the Twitter sphere?
No, what's that? Well, maybe I do.
Oh, these there's this thing. It's called Imagine Replay, and there was a poll. Swampy did a poll, and it wasn't even Gary. Was it? They were trying to blame Brian, or who were they trying to blame?
I don't know.
I've seen Gary 222.
Yeah, I think maybe there was I don't know, whatever. But apparently he's the reason why we don't have our coins, Popper. Did you know that?
Oh, Gary. He must be the intern over there.
Yeah.
Or is that the same Gary from Imaginary Friends? That Gary?
They could be one and the same.
That's what I was saying. Gary 222. Is that him?
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut, folks.
That was.
Yeah.
Right over my head.
That was so good. It was over my head, but damn, he's a real listener.
At least you got an official announcement this week that they're still trying. Sorry.
That's that. I don't know if we'll say that. That's the biggest bullshit. That announcement
Here we go.
That they had there on there.
Oh,
I don't even have it in front of me, but they were like, "Oh, we hear you, American customers," but once again, they're citing some regulation, but not citing the fact that there's some American regulation, some U.S. regulation, but not saying what it is. And I think the main point is, and I'll say it again, they either didn't know they launched and didn't know that they couldn't do it or shouldn't do it, or they knew all along that they couldn't do it and then we're just going to hide behind the regulation. Either way, that's not right. That's my opinion on it.
I don't know. You've said it before. Other projects seem to be able to give the coins somehow. This project, for some reason, can't.
And my opinion is, this is my opinion, not financial advice. My opinion is that they're trying to sell it, and these guys, they do startups. That's what they do. They keep. That's what they came on our show. They talked about all the startups they did. You go and look at their stuff. They're doing. Dan's doing all this other stuff. Doesn't seem like his head's in the game with this. It's one thing when you're established at doing what you're doing. I remember Wes One got a lot of shit for. He was on some other company or something like that. He got some shit for a week about it, but didn't think it was a big deal. But you can't even get your people their tokens. You're working on other big projects. It looks like they're looking to sell it. They don't want to have those issues come back, and they're just trying to build something to sell it. And we Americans, helped build that, and we get nothing for it. Did you get your coins? Was there something about a long withdrawal fee or process or something? Theta York?
I don't know if it's a long withdrawal. I mean, what's 30 or 60 days? I mean, is that long?
That's roughly 1 to 2 months. Seems kind of long. Yeah, it was a joke.
No, it was a joke, as in, that's how long they want to keep them for before they give me them, 30 to 60 days.
Yeah, that's insane as well, for the record, to show that. That's crazy as well.
Yeah, maybe they're scared of a sell-off, and I think even more so now. If you were to give all the tokens now, you'd be straight away swapping them.
Oh, absolutely. I'll send mine for pennies on the TBEER.
I mean,
oh boy.
To be fair,
you like the TBEER though. Go ahead.
I just think I get on with everyone, or try to get on with everyone in the community. So if we're going to go down the TBEER route, he's a solid guy. He's been around 3.5 years. Yeah, he's tweeted a few times about NFTs being scams, etc., etc. But he's never actually taken down a project, or that's just his banter, as we call it. And I even tag him sometimes in competitions to win NFTs. That's just the sort of thing that we do. As far as the project, I've had a quick look at it, and it looks solid. But everyone has to do their own research, as you do. But I don't have a problem with it.
And guess what? I don't have a problem with it either. Right? I don't care. TBEER, I'm not going to lose any sleep over. I don't care. What I do care is that this guy has run his mouth quite a bit, throwing stones at the NFT community, at NFT projects, at NFT purchasers. And he's done it. He's basically gone unchecked, doing it for 2 years. And then the most ironic thing is he basically drops a project, and the tokens are acting as NFTs. They give you access to this game that he's making. And it's just mind-blowing. Does he not understand that he basically is dropping an NFT project after screaming at the top of his lungs that NFTs are scams this entire time? So the irony of it is certainly lost on him. He has no clue, apparently, that this just doesn't make any sense for him to have this opinion.
I get that, and I'm pretty much on the fence on both sides, to be fair with this one. I get both sides, and it's unfortunate that we have to have this in the community sometimes. But if free speech and all, so that's why I don't get involved. But I see both sides of the argument, and hopefully it'll just get resolved, and we can all just crack on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure there's an argument. I think that we're just making a point.
Again, like I say, I'm on both sides when it comes to it, and like I say, I just took it when he started doing the tweets and he put like NFTs are scams, I used to just send him Simbi's pictures and stuff and said, this isn't a scam, stuff like that, and just had a bit of fun with back at him. And to be fair, we talk through tweets and we say stuff to each other, and it's all good fun. It's not, there's no, no badness there from me or him. And I think he's pretty much like that. Maybe now he's looking back at his tweets and thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said these things, but who knows?
I would hope that's the response. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I saw something, two things, I think. One, I saw, and I have no issue with that, but him trying to go, like Charizard69, friend of the podcast also, he was digging up some of these old tweets, and then he was saying, oh, he's going to delete them, and then Baller's kind of like, chill out. Me personally, as somebody who came in as all crypto kind of before NFTs were established or bigger than they are now, meme coins were and still are part of the reason why it just sucks up market cap, and it's stupid. So you either make a coin, but if you want to make a meme coin, then that's like instant rug. I don't want a meme coin as part of my portfolio. I mean, I do have T-Drop, but that could have some crazy pumps, y'all. So there's that, and then someone the point I was trying to make last week was, he attacks him. He deserves every bit of the shitstorm he's getting. If you did the crime, you got to do the time. And
I totally understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that but for me, because I've had the joke with him for a few years now, and I've just laughed in his face, sort of thing, and he's sort of said scams, and then I just say, well, I've got this, and clearly not a scam. For me, it's over my head now, as you guys have probably just started to see these tweets and stuff like that. So I think I'm just at a different point to you guys, maybe.
Sure. Well, Popper, but what about the other thing?
Which other thing?
Yeah, I forget. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, I recognize the guy from running it against NFTs, but I just let him be until he drops this. And it's like, okay, the irony here is not going to be left alone. Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
And I get everybody's point. I mean, over the last 2 years, we've seen people come and go with projects. So, that's why I'm on the fence. It's one of them. I get your side, I get his side. But at the end of the day, until someone makes a solid project and it's going further, I'm not going to say this is a solid project. Do you know what I mean? So at the moment, it's a new project. People should have a look at it. If they like it, fair enough. If they don't, again, fair enough. And that's where I am.
Yeah, and I'm not saying anything against the project. It could be great. That's fine. But just the fact that he basically isolated. I mean, think about it. What percentage of people do you think own meme coins and don't own NFTs? I would say it's a small percentage. These guys are degenerate. It's one and the same. You're pitching to the same crowd. So now you've isolated a big chunk of people that would probably buy your token just by, 2 years of saying NFTs are scams.
Yeah.
Popper posted that thing about the CoinGecko listing thing, and he called it FUD, and now he's saying he can't get on there. He's having issues, Popper.
He responds. He's like, oh, CoinGecko wouldn't list me and they didn't give me a reason why. Well, dude, did you read the requirements? And literally he calls me FUD for saying, oh, you've been screaming NFTs are scams this whole time, but buy my coin. Good luck getting listed. And then listed the requirements for CoinGecko. And then he told me I was FUDding. To me, that was just straight facts. And if you look at the requirements, it was pretty obvious that a brand new coin that was just created is not getting listed. It doesn't meet the requirements. It's not even close. $200,000 of trading in a month. Good luck. $200,000 value of an LP. Okay, good luck. We're not there. You're not there. I don't think they owe a response because you didn't meet the requirements. Just a little basic reading would have figured that out.
Yeah, I mean, until you put that up, I had no clue. It's not something I've looked into, so that's, you've got to go in there. I don't even think T-Drop's doing that at the moment.
Yeah, but you're not making a meme coin and dropping it and telling people that you're putting it on the DEX.
No, 100%.
I mean, that's the even more comical part of this is like he's created a roadmap, just like an NFT project, and good luck with that. So, yeah. I mean, listen, what's good for Theta? I'll tell you what, that game, very simple game, but it looked fun. All right. I will admit that. That's like a kind of game. It reminds me, it's got like a novel, brings me back kind of a game. And I could see like playing, it's not too different than like going on to Psycho and playing Beat Blordo or playing Memop Mania. It's got that similar kind of a feel. So
yeah,
look, good luck to him. But just the irony isn't lost on me.
And I totally
this time, you mean it's usually lost on you a lot.
90% of what you say is lost on me, Max. I'll admit. The other 10%, I just pretend I understand.
You fake, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's one of them. People are still sore from the whole T-bill and all them sort of coins that have fucked people over the last 2 years, and I totally get it.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I just looking for some controversy.
I'll talk about anything, mate. It's, you've got to talk about everything. This is the whole point of the Theta community is so small compared to a lot of places, and we need to talk about these things. If you don't talk about them, then people won't know. And that I'm not saying it is a scam, but that could be a scam. So people should be aware this is a new token. Don't just dive into it. Do your own research. Have a look. If it's for you, then that's on you, and that's it.
Yeah, completely agree.
And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today. This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max Podcast.
So coming into a brand new year here, what are you most looking forward to specifically in this year?
I'm looking forward to Syntax X, which Ivory's bringing out. Looking forward to the game, the staking. For me, the last 2 years have been amazing, watching it grow to where it is now. And now I'm just ready for it to go live, for the community to see it, who are invested in it, where it's going to go. And yeah, I just think there's so much that's going to come out that a lot of people probably don't know about.
Yeah.
And I'm just pumped for it.
Yeah. And not sure if we're keeping track, Mags, but this is, I got to say, the 5th or 6th time at least we've had 3 Dragon Primes on the show at the same time.
Well, did Blaze have one when he came on?
I don't think so.
Because he had one and he sold one, so that one doesn't count.
Nope, that doesn't count.
You have to have possession of the
That's
Dragon
correct.
Prime, so to be counted. So Blaze's interview, does not count.
Doesn't count. He's not listening.
Well, if he is listening, he'll be calling you guys. Oh, you'll have to put me on.
I'm sure. That sounds like a handshake deal, Popper. You got that.
Oh,
Vice
grips.
Yeah, 2024 is going to be a good year. That's the thing, and I'm really. That's my main project, and I know it's probably yours, Popper. I'm not sure if it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. There's so much that's coming, and people aren't ready.
Yeah, 100% agree. It's just one of those things where I've said it for a while. It's like you want to invest in the people behind it. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to look for people that are worthy of spending money and that I think are going to put the work in and do the right thing. And honestly, I can't think of anyone that does it better. I mean, there's certainly projects that are also great and put a lot of work into it. But I mean, for my money, I mean, Ivory and his family, it's just amazing, dude. And I've been in the very fortunate situation of being able to help out in some ways and get to know Ivory and his wife and even his son a bit more. And they're amazing people. And just to be aligned with them, honestly, it just feels right. And I'm loving it. And there's, like you said, there's so much stuff coming out, and it's going to be fun. It's certainly going to be a fun year. I have to agree that the Syndicate X marketplace and the games and the play to earn and everything about that is certainly on the top of the list here for me.
Yeah, and that was another thing of when I went to TheaterCon, Ivory wasn't attending, and then out of the blue he said, "Oh, I'm just going to go and I'm not going to go really do anything, just chill out with everyone." And the trip just to meet Ivory and his wife for like an hour, as a sit down, was amazing. Just to get the thoughts and hear a couple of stories on their journey, really, which you need to see what you're investing in. And I've invested a chunk, but I've not invested my life savings. But I still, to have that experience, to meet Ivory, to see my investment and where it's going, and like you say, the family unit. That's what's in the Discord as well. They bring that to the Discord, and everybody. I never see any fighting in the Discord at all. There's never a bad word said.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There used to be a little used to get a little out of hand, and the elder statesman kind of laid his hand down and tried to keep it civil in many ways, because honestly, out of most of the discords that I'm in on Theta Drop, like for projects, if you look at the recent additions to that one, you don't recognize hardly any of them. They're all people I don't know who they are. So I'm not sure who they are coming in. So the thought was always like, let's keep it clean, keep it civil, because we don't know who's in there. There's been a lot of contacts with a lot of people, and who knows who could trickle in and see what's going on.
Yeah, and that's the best thing. We don't know who's coming in, and in the future, in 2024, that's going to grow. It's going to twofold quite quickly, I believe.
So Mags is a big The Office fan here.
American U.S. Office.
Yeah, the American one.
Your thoughts on that?
I've never watched it. Not the American one.
Okay, what about the British one?
Yeah, I love it. It's funny. It's Ricky Gervais. You can't go wrong. I'll probably will watch it one day, but it's one of them. I was actually speaking to someone, I can't remember who it was, at FairCon, and they've never watched the British one because they don't want to spoil the American one.
Was that you, Max?
Not me.
No,
I've sampled the British one.
I would remember the video.
It was I don't know. I maybe watched an episode or two. It was okay, but I just felt like it's like it was like American chocolate. Like you can get that anytime. Like might as well just focus on the good stuff, the American TV of The Office. I think it's like that's my opinion of it. But
I mean, we invented it, so all you did is you just copied it. That's my take on it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but we invented some good candy in the United States, and then everyone else just did it better.
So is my memory serving me correct that
no.
Theta York, you ended up with the Jack-O-Zilla?
Yeah, that was a great buy. Well, not a buy, great competition win.
The competition where you smoked me with my former Jack-O-Zilla.
Yep.
Zilla? Yeah.
Yeah. It's on my list of 2023 accomplishments.
Oh.
I really need to get back into that Discord, the WWZ. It's one that I've not had a chance to get back into for a while, to be honest.
It's I've been playing a lot of different WWZs lately, and I'm just having a blast. Then I get the one. I'm sure this happens to you, Popper, but if you only play during giveaways or whatever, but I've noticed. I get in there and I'm trash talking Swampy the whole time, and I'm always doing get wrecked Popper, even though you're not there.
Oh yeah, I know.
All the FU Grims, they've been popping up, but anyway, so last Friday, so it's Friday now for the folks we're recording. Last Friday, I was looking forward to it. I fell asleep, and then I was so looking forward to all the there's the Theta York Club at 8:30 is the Pine usually, and then 9:00 is the Tigons. And I fell asleep for all of it, and I think I wound up winning the Tigons one, which was really humiliating because I wasn't even there to do the trash talk when I actually was doing good. So that was a little disappointing, but that's been fun. WWZ, check it out.
Yeah, definitely. And
so did you win a Tigon?
Oh, I didn't win anything.
Oh,
he won when it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's like A-Rod in the Yankees.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah. No. What was the question? I got smoked by the Jack-O-Zilla. Yeah, but you should get in there. That's those are some good Discords. I think Theta York Club is still my favorite, and I've been going at a feverish pace in Tygon's Discord. Level 12, no big deal. But
yeah. I seen that they announced today the Pog chain, or that they've got an AMA with John next week.
Yeah.
Actually, probably the day this comes out. So
yeah, we're getting Monday, Pop.
Yeah, already.
So you got your Pog redeemables, right, Theta York?
Yeah. Coca-Cola. Did you get anything good?
I got some Gretzky's. Okay. So timeout, Popper. So Theta York, I bought one on the drop, and then the drop was still going on, and Theta York's like, "Oh, you got to buy two," and I was like, "Damn it!" So I put US dollar on, and I put more than I needed because I wanted to try to do something else with it, and I bought my second one, and then apparently I bought two more, so I wound up with three of them on that, and I didn't understand that, but I blame Theta York for that. But in case people don't know, I don't know what the things are. So I got a bunch of Gretzky's, and I got like 3 Gretzky's and a whooping crane, I think. Shout out. But the Theta really dropped the ball on their filters, and I saw that there was a secret rare listed for like 375 or something, 378, I don't know, in T-Fuel. So I liquidated a Simbi quick because I was short a few thousand. Popper gave me crap about that like immediately, but I had to get that secret rare. I don't know what that entails. And turns out it was Chiefs.
Oh God.
Because it was a reveal, it wasn't a pack open. So that was kind of funny. That I wound up with that, but
he dumped a Kali Prime for that. And just the day before, I had been in a bidding contest with Mr. Hakuna on the floor for the offers. So gave up a good $20 worth of T-Fuel.
So when the reveal happened, even if they were for sale, the packs, then they revealed the packs as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they weren't really. You couldn't find them. If you went onto Theta Drop at that point, if you clicked into the pack, you just could buy the packs. But then if you went to buy it, even if you didn't have the money or T-Fuel, it showed you what was in it. So I was going individually in that, and I was like, there's got to be another way, but it's still not showing it. So I went into my own ones that were revealed, and I hit a metadata category, and then it took me to see all the ones that were for sale. And I scroll down, I see secret rare, and then I'm like, I got to buy it. I'm a couple short, and it's stupid why I was a couple short was because I bought a pack like the day before. So had I not bought the pack, which contained the Whooping Crane, then I wouldn't have had to sell that Kali Prime and dealt with the Wrath of Popper.
Better than Whooping Cough.
Yeah,
I think that's. I think in future they should tell people that's going to happen because I didn't know.
I think they did. I just think people didn't listen.
Right.
They mentioned a reveal date. They said 24 hours in advance that they're getting revealed.
Right.
I think the Theta people or the Theta, I don't even say Theta people because Open Theta is a bit different, but like the Theta Drop people are just familiar with packs, which I've not been able to stand lately. My opinion's changed on them a lot, but that's like a standard thing in like the ETH world is whatever gets minted, then they have a reveal.
Yeah.
And so that's that's what comes out. So
right. Well, there we go.
But so what I heard Kyler say, he said, "Don't hold me to it," but I heard 5,000 Pog coin that you'll get, which at a 2-cent or American 2-cent valuation is $100 in coin, and then you get the physical and the digital, and you get it shipped too, I think included. Right. Does that sound right, Popper?
Yeah, I don't know if the shipping was included.
Okay,
yes.
Maybe it's not. Maybe that's in my head.
It cost me $55 just to get this one to me.
Yeah, hey, that sounds cheaper than Dharma Gardner had some thoughts about that too. He was a little upset about that.
Is he not in the US though?
He is in the Canadian area. Yeah, Canada.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You got to play the game to play the game, they say.
So it's 5,000 Pogger coins.
Pog coin. No, not Pogger coin.
Sorry, Pog coins. For every Coca-Cola.
So Kyler said, "Don't hold him to it." I think there was a space, he said 5. He said 5, and he goes, "Maybe every pack holder is going to get 5,000 Pog coin."
Right. A floor at $100 earlier, and I thought, "Oh, shall I jump on that?" Because I know there is going to be Pog coin with it, but I didn't know how much. So, damn, maybe I should have known.
Not financial advice, but I think that's what he was sounding. And then another thing I was telling Popper, one of the head admin or in the Discord for Pog was saying that the Pogger coin was a 50-to-1 exchange. He says that's the only thing he's sure of. So Popper's been saying more conservative, going at 40 and crunching those numbers like he does and punch them into his calculator. And he's got the roll and it prints out still.
I use the abacus.
Yeah. You have the visor too, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
But do you smoke as well, Papa?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you smoke as well to get the whole scene going here?
No, I that's fake. I use the candy ones.
Okay.
He's got a bubble pipe.
Probably, I do.
Any thoughts on that, Popper? 50-to-1 or Theta York?
Well, I'm going with you guys. I've heard 40 to 50, so I've just gone with the bottom number because I've got one rolling now. I'm probably on about. I think I've had it a month, so let's say
the Pogger coin.
Yeah, on Solana.
Yep.
So yeah, so I'm hoping that is 40 to 50. 50 would be great.
Right.
Plus whatever I get from this, and then I bought a trader punk with one on trader pin Pog, and I think that's I don't know how many I'm getting with that, but there's a deal where I get some with that as well.
I think that was like 8,800, right?
Is that what it is? I couldn't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it sounds about. I think it might be.
Now, did you try the famous foxes route?
No, not yet. Is that something you think I should do?
Well, I mean,
not financial advice.
Financial advice.
Yeah, we don't give financial advice. If you run the numbers, they're not bad.
They're good.
And especially as the market's been going down since this ETF thing, because I was scooping up. I told Popper he was thinking about getting some more, and then somebody came in and bought like 10,000 of them between like 0.00178 sold to like 0.0025,
which is basically right in the realm of like 0.4 cents.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're doubling your money.
At a 40x.
That's at 40x. Yeah.
At 40x.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's
So
even
it's
more
even better.
possible upside. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of them projects that I'm definitely going to look at as well with the arcade passes, but I'm not too sure yet. I know I've got a bit of time left on that. And then obviously, Ivory's got his token coming out soon. So yeah, there's a lot to look at for people out there to definitely try and get in early on some of these coins. Coming up with a bull run as well that was being promised for the last 6 months that is going to be coming. So I don't think we're there for a bull run for another 12 months, but to the top side anyway.
What's a bull run?
I don't know.
It's been 87 years.
Yeah.
Apparently I hit it when I was buying, so.
But would Theta York and Popper, question for you two, they say that, hey, Americans get 50x on their Poker coin and international gets 40x. Are you okay with that?
I'm guessing.
No, I'm not okay with that. No, that's such a trap question.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But no, for real, like I think we both would. I don't think you'd be okay with that either, Max. Would you?
No.
Yeah. I'm not okay with what's happening. I think I'm not happy at all with the replay thing because that means anything can change, any rules for anyone. And that is one thing I will speak out against. That I don't think it's right that you have it in the white paper and then all of a sudden change the white paper to suit their needs without giving any explanation.
And then the terms of service after that white paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had this conversation where they're going to bring out an NFT, and then if you watch CoinDesk with that NFT, you'll get so many rewards. Well, I don't get CoinDesk over here, so that's no good for me. But
and I think CoinDesk is going away now. They said, right, Popper? The CoinDesk TV.
Is it going away? I just remember that Theta York had access to our play, but no access to CoinDesk, and I thought that was just incredible.
Yeah, someone was saying that their big thing, the thing that they were boasting the most about at ThetaCon 23 was the fact about this Coinbase thing, or CoinDesk thing, sorry, as it was. But then I heard that I think Swampy was telling us in our group, but saying that now CoinDesk is no longer going to be on there or something like that. So somebody will fact check me on that. Some international person.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, if they can, they're not going to change it anytime soon. And I just hope that as a community, we make sure that this doesn't happen again, really. That's what I think, because if a white paper comes out and they're off on a sub-chain and then they're going to, screw everyone over, obviously not us. I mean, I can swap it, but even the swap amount's not that great, to be honest.
And like you said, if the Americans were on there too, holy crap, it'd be worth even less. Yeah,
I think for every 100,000, it's something like, I think I worked it out at 10,000, maybe less, maybe less than 10,000 TFL.
Oh wow,
am I right there?
I think I'd take anything with my almost 150,000 Popper.
That sounds like a lot right now.
Yeah.
might have been 20,000 per 100,000, but whatever. It's for some of the time and effort and watching all these films, and I mean, a lot of us probably did watch it to get extra coins, thinking, let's do it. This will be good in the future. It'll be worth it. Time and effort, and then just to get screwed like that.
It's not right.
Don't think it's good.
I'll agree with that. Popper, I think we'll agree with that too.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest part is that they showed up to ThetaCon with the big news of CoinDesk, and that big news was, here's more. There's going to be more NFTs for you to buy, so you can get multipliers on that. And yeah, we see what happened.
Yeah, the thing is, who's going to buy them now? If I can't buy them,
exactly. If
I can't buy them because they're worthless, and you can't buy them because at the moment they're worthless, so nobody's going to buy them. And the people that do buy them, then that's on you.
You can buy their NFTs on Theta Drop for US dollar, but people who make US dollar in the United States can't get their coins. It's just absurd.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The irony again with the irony. But
did you see that when we were talking about TheaCon earlier? I should have mentioned that there's going to be a Theta York.
I did see that. Are you going?
I've sent a few tweets to various people asking for more info because it's very limited info at the moment, and I need to see if it's something I'd like to go, but only if it's going to be worth it to go, if that makes sense.
Oh, definitely.
Just purely because it's still like Prague. I've looked at flights already, and I've got to go again from London, which is still 2.5 hours from here. And then it's more time away, especially coming up to summer. So I really need to see who's going, who's going to be speaking, talking, etc. So for me, I'd love to know that info before I commit. And at the moment, they've not even give one name of who's going to be speaking yet. So for me, it's just a little bit too early to go out and spend $140 on a ticket. Then obviously airfare, hotel. So, and I really hope that it does well, and I wish them all the luck. So, and I'd love to be there, but I just really need to see the attendance first.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And there's certainly been an air of like this kind of, I feel like this came out of nowhere and there's not really any information about it.
If I get the information, then I might do it. But at the moment, there's nothing on there for me to buy a ticket. 10 have been sold on Fair Drop at the moment. It's been live about 3 or 4 hours. So I think they need to, get more information out there for people to decide first, because it is a bunch of money. Because by the time you do that, then if you are traveling from another country, so I don't know many people in Prague on Fair, you're looking at probably $1,500. So, and then with me just going to Austin on top, it's fully committed.
That was a bit pricier though, right?
The hotel cost.
Yeah.
Alone was...
Woof. Hey, at least they gave you a $10 a night credit.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
$80 a night in fees, but $10 a night credit. They
don't tell you half of it until you're off to pay as well. When I went to pay, I didn't even know about that $10. And then I think, the day before, someone told me, that day that you got $10. And I'm like, really? I've been here 4 or 5 days and someone's only telling me now I get $10 a day. I've been buying coffees on my card every morning. I could have just put it on that.
And they also too. So Theta York, everything in Austin for the most part was all card, and he took all this cash out. And then we went to that one bar.
Worthless.
He goes to the one bar. He's like, "Please tell me you take cash." And he's like, "Yeah, the one." And I think I owe you a beer.
I just got the rounding. I was like, right, I'll just get the rounding because the cash was going nowhere. Yeah, and then on the last day, we hit this restaurant, and that was cash. So I was like, I'll just buy that. I don't know who I was with, but it was just one of those things where you're like, Austin is a cash-free zone. I can tell you, if you go to Austin, make sure you've got a card.
Definitely.
And then your guys, you have to tip on everything. Bottle of water. Would you like to tip? What? No, I don't. No. I went and got it myself. I'm all right, thanks.
So that's a little different.
I get the tipping thing, but it's changed since I was
since you were in America before.
Yeah, now you've got these machines where you've got to press. Like I say, you buy a coffee or a water, and it's like, how much would you like to tip? On my water, I don't want to really want to tip anything, thanks.
Yeah, I used to work at a kind of a fast food place. It was called Mr. Sub. It was like a Subway, make sandwiches kind of thing.
I love Mr. Sub. When my wife left me, I was putting a box together. I put half a tuna sub in the box that she was putting in storage. Didn't know what happened with that thing.
They had great tuna.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Yeah, melted cheese on top as well.
Yeah, these guys, they mixed breadcrumbs into the tuna. I forget what else.
You know the recipe?
I made it. I made the tuna. Yeah, they had like a specific recipe. You mix it up.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a tuna maker. That was my official role. I put on my resume.
Why did you leave? Sounds so,
All right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you joining us. It was a pleasure to get to meet you at TheaTCon. Certainly looking forward to sharing the 2024 journey together. We're all Dragon Primes here, so that should be quite interesting at some point. So yeah, thank you for your time, bro. Appreciate it. And
no, thanks for having me. Hope I've not bored everyone to death.
You didn't bore us to death, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're the only ones that listen every week.
You don't listen.
Besides you, maybe.
Shut up.
I'm listening right now.
You're listening right now. Okay.
Cheers, guys.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Listen, what I want you to do this weekend is enjoy some real football. We got playoffs coming up, so sit back and relax, watch how real football is played, and just
Giants
enjoy.
It came on. We have Sky TV, and I was sitting down and we were watching the telly yesterday, and the kids were like, "Oh, is your team there?" And I'm like, "Nope." You gonna watch it? Probably.
Yeah.
And then they said, when we go to New York, so we might go this year with the kids to New York in December. I said I'd like to take them at Christmas. And they said, "Shall we go watch a game?" I'm like, "I'm not sitting for 5 hours in the stand. Nope, not doing it. Or 4 hours, or whatever it is."
That sounds like absolute torture.
Yeah.
No, don't. It's so much better to watch it on TV at home than it is going to the game.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll go to a Rangers game or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the move for sure.
Yeah, but like I say, I'm undecided when we're going. I'll see what this year brings, because I don't know if TheaTCon's going to be this year. And then there's a few other things I want to go see. So yeah, but I'll definitely give you a shout out, and you can get me that beer back.
Yes, absolutely. I'll give you more. I'll give you a couple. If not, then I'll get crucified. So I have to. So
it's on the clock.
Yeah,
if you're in New York, you better let us know for sure.
So right then, it's 12:30 here.
All right, man. Yes, thank you again. We appreciate it, and we'll be in touch for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, great. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care.
Thank you, man. Take care. You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter at JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Pam's Day Spa.